Most of the people watching this video will probably go their entire life not even realizing who they actually are and what they actually want. I'm 20 years old. I just moved into this apartment here as of recently. And I guess technically this is my very first time living completely alone. The past year and a half, 2 years, I lived with roommates, and before that, I lived with my parents. So I've been as a result of me spending or living alone, I've spent a very, very extended amount of time with myself. And it made me think about and realize how many people go their entire lives with their mindset, their personality, their motives, what they think they want out of life, completely shaped, informed by their surroundings, whether that's good, bad, or ugly, their environment, whether that's good, bad, or ugly. And they never actually realize or come to the conclusion of what they want and how they're going to get there. And of course, not how they're going to get there because they don't even know what they want, right? And as I've been spending more time alone recently, it made me kind of realize how important it is to actually have genuine and authentic thoughts. When I was 18 years old, I was a soccer player and I quit playing soccer because I got to the collegiate level. I went to a kind of shitty school, to be honest, and that's what I'd worked for my whole life. I wanted to be a college soccer player. I made it happen, not at the level I wanted to, but that's where my source of fulfillment and achievement and pride came from, was from sports. Just like probably a lot of people watching this video right now. Sports are a big thing that give people purpose and pride and whatever. And when I got to the college level, I kind of realized, I was like, I wasn't playing much. It was just kind of ass. I didn't like it. And so I got really sick one time and I went back home for a week or so, and I spent a lot of time alone. And that was the first time in my life I think I spent a lot of time alone in a state that wasn't influenced by other things, other people, other shit that's going on. And it made me realize what I actually want, right? I wanted, at the age of 18, I made the conscious decision and realization that I wanted achievement, all right? And after soccer, after sports, at that age in life, once you get to the college level or whatever, there's not, after sports, like that's it. Like that's where I was getting that source from. And after sports, after college, after youth, the next universal sign of achievement is financial. That's a universally understood sign of success. And so during that time, I made the 100% decision that that's what I wanted. I wanted to financially have success. Now, just as of recently, actually, I realized that I didn't actually want money. Because personally, I don't really care about money, but I do care about achieving things, right? I care about being able to tell myself that I went out and I did something that I told myself I was going to do, and that I'm achieved in some way, shape, or form. And fast forward about almost 3 years now, I'm making over 6 figures every single month as a 20-year-old, which is kind of fucking ridiculous, to be honest. But anyways, I guess you could say I kind of made that happen. And as I've made more and more money, I realized how little I care about the money and how much I care about the achievement. But it just goes to show you how if I had never taken that time for myself to understand that part of me when I was 18 years old, I would not be here today. And I think a lot of people are even scared to spend time alone and realize what they actually want out of life because of the fact that the script then flips onto them. If they understand what they really want, then it's on them in the back of their mind that they have to go and get it. And when that's in someone's head, they always feel like shit if they're not moving towards their purpose, which is a very interesting thing to think about. But anyways, that's the second or third step. The first step is actually understanding what you want for yourself. I'm not saying, for me, it was the achievement, money, shit, whatever. And I'm still working towards that. But for a lot of people, who knows what it could be? But I think a lot of people never even spend enough time alone, uninfluenced, to selfishly figure out what the fuck they want for themselves. Most people literally go every single day hanging out with people, hanging out with their friends, hanging out with their parents, listening to music, constantly scrolling on social media or whatever it may be, constantly filling their mind with outside things, outside factors, and outside things that influence you in the way you think, right? And in a result of that, people never actually understand what they selfishly want. In order to figure out what you want and let alone go after it, you have to be one of the most selfish motherfuckers on earth. I remember when I made the decision that I wanted to go all in on business and make this shit happen no matter what. I didn't give a fuck about what anyone thought, anyone did. Like, it just was so insignificant because it just didn't matter. Anything or anyone that wasn't going to help me to where I wanted to go, I just could give a fuck about. I realized how selfish I was about this goal when I told my mom I dropped out of college. And keep in mind, I had made like a couple $1,000s at this point. I had no fucking clue what I was doing. I was an idiot. I dropped out of school and my mom came home from work and it was like 10 at night and I told her that I dropped out of school and she started bawling out crying. And I had no remorse at all. Like, I simply did not care about how other people felt about me going after my goals or whatever. Now, thank God, obviously things are working out. But that moment made me realize how selfish I was. But most people are never selfish enough to even understand what they want. For you, it could be maybe you spend time alone and you realize that you want to be a fucking skateboarder, or you want to go travel the world and do nothing all day except travel. And if that's what you come to the conclusion you want to do, then you should absolutely go out and do it. But I think that most people just float through life being influenced into whatever they think they should be doing. The point of this video is to kind of make you understand how fucking important spending time alone is. I know that kind of got off track. But as I'm in another season of building recently, I've gotten to the level I'm at. But in order to get to the next level, I'm going to have to make some changes and figure out what I really want out of my life and my business and my goals. And that requires time alone and authentic, selfish thinking. The moral of the story is spend time alone. Don't be afraid to spend time alone. Don't be afraid to isolate yourself. My first year and a half in business was the most isolated time of my life. I didn't really talk to anyone. I was just locked in my room all day. And I just could give a fuck about anything except where I wanted to go. Now, I'm not saying where you want to go should be where I wanted to go, but at least figure out where the fuck you want to go. Most people never even get that far. And if you don't know where the fuck you want to go, there's no way you can figure out how the fuck you want to get there. Spend more time alone. Don't be afraid to isolate yourself and cut yourself out of situations that are influential. Whether you realize it or not, every single time you talk to someone, every single time you listen to a piece of content, every time you listen to your parents, your cousins, your brother, your fucking dog, their thoughts are influencing how you go about your life. Your conversations and your environment influences the way you approach every single thing on earth, whether you realize it or not. And in result of that, you never authentically figure out what the fuck you want, not what anyone else wants, and what you actually think about. Because I think the more time you spend alone, the more obvious it'll become of what you want, because it'll be that reoccurring thought that is always coming up in your head. But you don't really get that if you're constantly distracting yourself with other things. Anyways, I'm fucking yapping. 10-minute yap sesh. I'll give you guys a quick little apartment tour for all my OG subscribers that were asking for one. Spend more time alone. This is my living room. I'm not gonna do like a full-blown thing. Kitchen. I'm gonna show you guys the balcony. I got a corner unit, thank God. But I have a nice view. That's my room. I have a nice view of this little river right here that goes out to the ocean. There's always boats going by and shit, which is pretty cool. Absolutely beautiful day out here. A little wraparound balcony. And then I'll show you guys my office real quick. Yes, I'm wearing Birkenstocks with no socks. I do it every single day. This is my kitchen. And this is my office. Literally all I have is a desk, chair, ClickFunnels plaque, $1 million of ClickFunnels. Bathroom. I have a nice view while I'm working of this little river right here. And then I have a half bath up there, but I never use it. I didn't even know that existed actually until recently. Got my closet right here, my bedroom. Real blank, real simple. I mean, I'm here to sleep and do nothing. I literally only come in here to sleep. Nice little boat coming by. And then I have a nice view of downtown as well, right here. And then, turn on the lights. Nice bathroom as well. Anyways, I'm not gonna yap too much. I'm gonna keep this video short. But, seriously, spend time alone. Figure out what you authentically like. Figure out what you selfishly want out of your life. And just go and fucking get it.